Hi, hi. My name is Saurabh, and I'm live today. And I'm trying a new format here, wherein I got an idea. I got this idea from Naval's podcast, wherein on his recent podcast around AI, Naval said that the podcasting is supposed to be done while walking. Now he has two thoughts to it. One thought, he says that often the video quality and the audio quality and the background noise is not as much as you do when you're in a studio. But he says when he's walking is when the brain works, and I totally agree and can agree on that. Each time the best ideas have come to me, they've come to me because I've been walking or in some motion. In fact, the article that he wrote is called "The Motorcycles for the Minds," because he's taken inspiration from Steve Jobs, and he talked about computers being the bicycles for the mind. So I think Naval's taken that leap from bicycle to motorcycles, and the lesson I'm taking away from him is that instead of recording it um, in 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 a boring studio setup, I want to record my conversations while I'm out and about. So today, for example, I am out in the outhouse of a bungalow that I'm staying in at this point in time. And what I've done is I've placed my camera far. I cannot show you how far the camera is, but this allows me to walk a lot. Now I can walk, but because I don't have a mic, you may not be able to hear a lot of audio. So I'll come back. Eventually, I'll get a mic as well, so that allows me to place a camera somewhere and then keep walking around and talking around, because I think that's the best case outcome for me, at least. I know there'll be a lot of ambient background noise, but that's okay. I'll live with that. But I'm going to be very okay with this. That's one. Second, what I've also realized is today, like right now, it's early morning here, and there is nip in the air, and I love this fact that I can be in a place wherein I have little cold. I don't want to live in subtropical climates of India anymore. Sorry, I'm still looking at the laptop and not looking at the camera. So I need to live in. I don't like to live in the subtropical climates of India. Maybe I want to move to a colder place. For a long time, I thought I would live in the hills, but then I spent time in Goa, and I realized that I love the beaches and the water as well. So I need to find what else could be a place that gives me access to the beach and it's cold. One option is obviously going up to Europe, but I'm not a big fan of that. The other option could be going to the US and Canada, but it's way too far from my parents. I could be in Dubai, but Dubai is extremely hot for the large part of the world. But good part is it's dry heat. It's not humid heat like there is in, say, Bombay. So I don't know the answer. Maybe it is Australia. Maybe it is Japan. Akshay has been talking a lot about Japan. So let's see. In fact, I just realized I can put my laptop on side, but no, audio will not come. Sorry. My mind is racing. So I want to figure out where I want to be living eventually in life. When I say eventually, it could be matter of a decade, if not more, because let's say my parents are at a certain age wherein I need to be taking care of them, and then that means that I need to be in the Indian ecosystem to be close to them, next to them. Right now they are in Delhi, and I don't want to move them. And then eventually, let's see what happens. So that's one thing. I invested 3 minutes on it. Okay, that's bird chirping, and I can see the audio going up. So that's a good thing. The other thing that I want to talk about is that I'd love to be in the natures, but what I don't like about nature is the humidity and heat and insects and all of that. And in fact, the funny thing is that is what makes nature, right? I mean, if you go to a jungle and there is greenery and you enjoy that, but then with the greenery will come insects and bugs and pests and animals and cats and so on and so forth. So I need to figure out what's the right combination for that. I don't think I can have a nature without these things. So I need to figure out what that could be. The other thing that I've been thinking hard about is how I present myself. I have been trying very conscious to speak better slower. I just realized and my speech became slower. So I want to be becoming better in the way I speak, compelling, as I had told Anshika one of these days. The other thing is that I need to be able to find my story. So when I talk to the people, they're often unable to place me as X. Am I a marketeer? Am I entrepreneur? Am I a I don't know. I'm what is it I am? I'm a hustler. I do not know what I am. So I need to work on my story, and that's something that has been uh, constantly nagging at me. The good part, bad part is that I don't really attach myself to one of those stories, and I need to figure out what could that story be for me eventually. What I like right now is the fact that I am a curious explorer. That seems to be a good place to be at, and all I've done in my life is chased my curiosities. So that's a good story, but that doesn't allow me to build opportunities for the world around me. I mean, I often look at myself as a platform for opportunity exchange, in the words of Gokul. But my point is that how do I tangibilize it so that people on the other side can understand that in a far simpler and like that. I don't know how to do that, so that's something that I'm working on. Obviously, as an expert storyteller, I should know these things, but ठीक है, नहीं पता तो नहीं पता, I'm not worried about that. So that's that. um what else is up? Yeah, I'm still in the limbo about what I want to do with my life. We are almost at the end of the Feb, which is 2 months of this year, and I think I need to find something in the next few days. And if I don't, then I will get jittery, and I'll have to figure out what to apply my mind to. Right now, I'm doing bits of all the things I love: bits of writing, bits of try, bits of talking to people, bits of exploring, bits of ideas, bits of showing the large pictures and large plans. But that's something that I want to work on. The other thing that I really want to work on is these large scale, how do I explain, these large scale grand plans that I could tell to the world, because most of my plans seem to be in, let's say, X kind of a stage. X could be whatever, and I want to be able to go from X to 10X to 100X to 1000X. So that's where I want to be at. So let's see where and when and how and where those plans fortify, but that's where it is. And yeah, I think this is it for the day. I'll probably go and write some, because I still have time before I have to get back into the conversations. But for the timing, I think this is it. Thank you so much for watching. I don't know if you're watching, but whoever is it watching, thank you.